Rise and shine, my beautiful divine diamonds, and welcome! We are here again today talking about the love language of physical touch. So this is our final love language. You guys should check out the other videos to see the other love languages. And let's go ahead and get into it. Before we do, my name is Claire, and this channel is dedicated to helping you find success, happiness, get yourselves out of a rut, and level up your lives. And if you would, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. Hello and welcome! Thank you, Rubster, for being here. Thank you for everyone who watches live. It really means a lot to me. So we're going to talk about physical touch and what are the signs that you have the love language of physical touch, and or that your romantic interest or friend or someone in your life has. Hello, John! Welcome! Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to have you. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and begin. And basically, I'm going to go over the signs that physical touch is your love language, and then I will go over how you should interact with someone who has the love language of physical touch. Thank you, Johnny. Okay, so number one is that you connect well to your partner, either by cuddling or touching them, or you enjoy being close physically. And that is something that really makes the relationship feel bonded, and it makes you feel connected to your partner. And if you don't get that, then there's something missing and you might feel distant. Number two is that you have a go-to. If your friend, for example, it doesn't have to be romantic, you can have platonic physical touch requirements in relationships with friends. But with friends, if they need consoling, if they're hurt, if they're sad, your go-to is to give them a hug or somehow touch them in a physical way that is platonic, okay? Then we have number three. You might be in favor of handshakes. You might be in favor when you meet someone, you really want to give them a handshake, establish physical touch. And with friends, for example, you might actually love having a friend handshake or a high five, or you hug, or whatever it is that you do with your friends that involves physical touch. And then when you, so you naturally tend to have expressive body language. You might actually, hello, welcome, Cristiano. Thank you for being here. You might actually just be very expressive physically. So if you're talking to people, you might be very close to them. You might be leaning in. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. You might fist bumps. That's awesome. Yeah, fist bumps, or people who establish their own private handshakes, for example. Or you could be the type of person who likes to touch your friend on the arm or the hand while you're talking to them, and that's just how you communicate. And then with a romantic partner, you probably will enjoy physical intimacy. Now that could mean anything from just sitting side by side, cuddling, hugging, etc. As long as you are close physically, and that is super important to you. And then for you guys who are just curious, the physical touch can be anything from hugs, hand-holding, kissing, whether that is romantic or whether that is platonic. In Europe, for example, people tend to kiss on each cheek, and that is simply a greeting that anyone does, and people are comfortable with that. So now, what do you do if you are connecting with or trying to connect with someone whose love language is physical touch? And it might not be your actual love language. Maybe you're a little uncomfortable with it, or maybe you just don't know how to establish that connection. So number one is that you want to establish a physical connection with the person quickly, and do this in a very, obviously you want to be respectful, so this would be just touching them on the arm or touching them on the hand while you communicate. can be very friendly, it can be very platonic, it doesn't have to mean much, but get comfortable breaking the physical boundary. And then you also want to make sure that you are being expressive, that you are interacting with them using clear body language where you are showing physically that you're interested in talking to them, that you're interested in engaging with them, communicating with them, not only verbally, because verbally it is a connection, but actual body language between two people, it says a lot more than you would get just verbally. And especially with the people whose love language is physical touch, they're going to be reading into your body language a lot more than another person who might have words of affirmation as their love language, and they might not even care as much about the body language because they'll be listening to the words. So make sure you're expressive, make sure that you use your body language to your advantage, and then also be willing to give them a hug, a genuine hug every time you see them, when you greet them and when you say goodbye to them. This could be whether it's a friend or a romantic interest or just a connection that you feel comfortable giving them a hug. Obviously, you have to gauge if that is an appropriate thing to do. Like, it depends on the person and it depends on the relationship. But if you're trying to establish a good friendship or even a romantic relationship, giving them a hug when you greet them and when you say goodbye is definitely going to help you guys connect. Another thing that you can do, whether this is with a friend or a potential romantic relationship, is to establish, hello, welcome John Benny, thank you so much for being here, I appreciate you, is that you should establish physical closeness. Now, whether or not you're actually touching them is totally fine, but we all have our own bubble of space, and we all have our own comfort levels within how close we allow others to be. So if you can get into their close bubble of space, and if they feel comfortable with that, if you can establish that closeness early on, then you will be able to connect better with someone who has physical touch as their love language, because being in their personal space bubble is basically a very similar thing to actually be touching them physically. So you can sit close to them, you can sit side by side, you can all sorts of things that involve the personal space bubble. And just remember to get out of your comfort zone, so especially for people who are not comfortable with physical touch, welcome, thank you for being here. Hello, welcome. Especially for those of you who are not comfortable with physical touch, as I just mentioned. I know I'm repeating myself. You want to start kind of getting out of your comfort zone. So if it's something that's awkward for you, and maybe hugging people is awkward, or touching people while you talk is really awkward, or whatever, then you're going to have to practice. And you can start practicing with people that you already know, that you're already familiar with, so that it's not so new and so strange. And then you can start just using that and incorporating that to the people who actually have this love language. And then another thing is public, PDA? Oh yeah, public displays of affection can be difficult for some people who don't have the physical touch love language. And if that is you and you're dealing with a partner who has physical touch love language, then you're going to really have to get out of your comfort zone, and you're going to have to be willing to have some PDA, which is hand holding in public, or giving them a hug, or holding them while you walk, or whatever it is that makes them feel secure and makes them feel comfortable and loved, whether you are in public or whether you are in private together. So that is going to be really helpful just in establishing the love connection or the friendship connection or whatever it is to be willing and able to have public displays of affection, because that's really important to people who have the physical touch love language. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We now have gone through all 5 of the love languages, so you guys can now use them all, go back, watch all the videos, and you guys will be all up to date on how you can use every single love language, whether to establish a friendship or a romantic relationship. Hello, welcome! Thank you for being here, Mina, and everyone else who is commenting. I really appreciate you. And then basically the goal behind this is that we are spreading love and we are spreading positive energy to everyone, and so the more that we can embody love and the more that we are aware and knowledgeable about how other people receive love, and we have the tools and equipment that we need to be able to give love to others in the ways that they prefer, and also to receive love back. It's a mutual thing and it helps everyone to rise up in positive energy. So that is basically it. Thank you so much, and I am so grateful for everyone. I love you, Johnny, and also John Binney, who basically, yeah, me and John Henderson are now in a relationship, and I'm excited to share with you guys the story of this. And then thank you for being here, Beth. And then also John Binney, you guys can check him out. He has really great music. And so yeah, I just thought I would clarify all of that. Yeah, so while you guys are here, thank you so much for liking this video and for all of your support and comments, etc. And I will see you guys in my next video. And you guys are so awesome. Please let me know if you have any other comments or any other suggestions for videos that you would like to see coming up here, because I would be very happy to share my knowledge. And check out my links below for coaching services and merchandise. And then I will see you guys tomorrow, or actually in a couple days, because John and I are going on an adventure, and I will film and make some like video footage for you guys, so it'll be really cool and awesome. And then also, you guys, for coaching and services, check out my links below. For merchandise, check out my links below. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, I will have that linked below as well. And remember, you are so powerful. Bye, guys!